Hey everybody, what's happening? Jim Bob. Sorry I'm not wearing my Jim Bob apparel. Not in Jim Bob gear today. I got the hat on, but I'm not wearing the shirt. So it's the moment you've all not really been waiting for, but we're gonna get onto this project. This Craftsman LT 1000 is just a normal lawnmower at this point, with no mower deck obviously. And what I want to do with it, my plan is to make a little race tractor out of it. So instead of just tearing into this and ripping stuff apart like I would normally do and making it work as I go, I've been trying to make a list, and I figure the correct way to do it is come up with a plan. And once I come up with that plan, I'll follow that plan. That's the best way to do it, instead of tearing into everything and then just getting in the middle and going, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. So what the first thing obviously we want to do is we want to strip it down. This is the power plant that's going in it. This is a 23 horse Kohler engine, low hours. So it's a good piece to tear into and do a little work to, make give a little more power out of it. This is not bolted in, it's just sitting here, so I was coming up with a plan, so I had this in here so I could figure my plan out. Everything's got to come off this. Yeah, we want to make sure that we keep all these safety features in order for safety, like the seat switch right there. There, I just unhooked that so I can reuse that. I think the last thing I need to worry about is the seat switch. Not really important at this point. There's the battery box. I don't know if we're going to be needing that, but it is a nice battery box, so let's hang on to it. Let's get into these bolts right here and see if we can break them loose. They're going to be kind of noisy. You know, that's all part of turning bolts. Sometimes it gets noisy. These are nice because you can always use other hardware on other repairs that you do when you have factory lawnmower bolts. You ain't got to go to the specialty store and try and find them, you know what I'm saying? Just hang on to it. Seat spring? Yeah, I don't think we're going to need any springs where we're going. Alright. We're down to our fenders. I don't know where all the sawdust came from. I don't like it. Oh, there's another safety switch. Well, we better save that one too. What's that one for? Oh, that's the gear selector to make sure you're, safe. I just unhooked that one. Alright, now our fenders are loose back here. We're really not going to need that shifter either, I don't think. I think we're going to change the shifter up a little bit too. Maybe we'll put a Muncie 4-speed in it. so we can womp, 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 you know what I'm saying? So that this guy might be going. Take the knob off so we can get the fenders off when we're ready. I don't know if I want to lay these fenders out now. I mean, I suppose I could. So I don't know what you guys are picking up. Maybe I can do some things here with this camera and then you can see what's going on too. Let me get you a little closer here. That way I can adjust you as we're working. You can check it out with me. Just gotta get you in the right spot. Now I plugged this cord in and I just laid it across my table, and now I go to move it and it's like tangled itself up somehow. That's the way it always works. It's always the things that you couldn't, if you wanted to do it, or if you were getting paid to do it, you couldn't do it. But because you want it to be simple and easy, it just does it itself. Alright, so now, if we get down here just a little bit, let's see, right there. Right there looks good. There you go. You guys are going to bear with me because I don't have a video guy, and that's normally how people do this. They have a stationary from far away, or they have a video guy. I think it's important for you to see what I'm looking at, what I'm thinking. I don't know why, I just think it is. But as you can see, the seat's set here on the top of the fenders, okay? And then your battery is underneath it. So my plan is, I want to lower my seat. Therefore, I'm going to have to make a custom seat. Or, if I'm good enough, I can make that seat fit back in here. But if you notice, right here where I've got my hand, I probably got, I don't know, maybe 4.5 inches of space there. And I have it all the way around. It's front, back. There's a little bracket back here that's sitting flush on that. I'll have to move that or redo it somehow. But my plan is to take this fender and make a nice round cut around the back here, kind of like this. And we're going to cut right down into here. So then what I can do is I can take that seat and I can move this down the 4 to 4.5 inches. That gets the center of gravity lower, which is important because you don't want to go what they call high side in racing. And that's if you start to slide one way and the tractor says, nope, don't like it, it just throws you off the other way. Plus, it'll look cooler, all right? So at this point, this is all about looking cool at this point. And then once I lower the seat down, then I'm gonna have to do something with the steering. I'm gonna have to get this steering wheel to lay out in front of you a little more so that you're driving like a go-kart, kind of. So this is kind of what I'm looking at right now. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull the fenders off, and I'm gonna put something across the top of that right there and maybe sit on it, see how it feels, and then I'll go ahead and cut this out later. I don't know if I should just, and I said I had a plan, and I do have a plan, but I might change my plan. I'm wondering if I should just take one section at a time and build it the way I need it. Like I'll start back here with the seating, then I'll move up here to the controls. The engine, we're not worried about that. Engine can be last, that's simple. But I think I should finish taking these fenders off and maybe sit down on the frame and see how low it is and see what it feels like. I think that's a good idea you had. And you know what? I didn't think of that, but I'm glad you did. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. So we have to, we got a couple bolts on the bottom side here. We gotta zing these off. Of course, you don't know what size they are. I'm just gonna guess that they're a 14. Oh, look at that, I'm right. Who knew? And every time you take a bolt out of a lawnmower, they utilize the space very well, and they try and make everything work together in synchronicity. So if you're taking a bolt out that holds a metal piece on, you can guarantee that there's some kind of bracket attached to it. So by the time I get this thing all taken apart, it's probably going to weigh 500 pounds less than it already does. A lot of brackets. A lot of brackets. And the good thing about this mower is it's a perfect candidate because it's clean, it's been taken care of. It is older, but it's been taken care of. So, oh, hang on, I gotta answer some messages here. Yeah, just gotta answer a couple text messages. It's weird. It's one day after Christmas. It's not even a full day after Christmas, and I'm getting messages about when I'm gonna look at stuff. I got a couple things I'm gonna take you out on the road, and we're gonna go look at something in a bit here. And got an oil leak and head gasket leak and some other kind of leaks on a rough terrain forklift. We're gonna have some outdoor mechanical roadside footage on that. It's not something I can pull inside and work on, so I'm gonna have to take my heater and my generator and stock the old truck up and go do that. But I have to go look at that to see what I'm getting myself into before I can load up anything in my truck. That's what I've been trying to get to with my generator, my little heater, my propane heater, stuff like that. It's nobody wants to work outside, but sometimes the situation you have to, and you don't have a choice. And it's pretty handy if you can do it and be comfortable doing it. So that's kind of why I've been gathering up all this stuff, not just for the shop here or the little, whatever you want to call it, space that I'm in. Yeah, I get all that stuff together. I can throw it in the truck. I could be a mobile guy. You know what I mean? To a point. So I'll have a video on that here pretty soon. So now our fenders are unhooked. We're going to slide them off. There's our fenders. Alright, so now we're getting a little skimpier on the old main frame here. There's not a lot to it. This is kind of a part right here where I question things. As I said, the seat, I want to drop the seat, and this bracket's bolted on, so that's good. So I can take this bracket right off. I'm just going to guess and say that this height right here for the bottom of the seat will be perfect. So yeah, there's a little fender modifications you got to do, because obviously if you lower the fenders down, then it's going to lower them down here too. So maybe that'll look cool. I don't know. Something I'll have to look at. A lot of these tractors, they do request you to cut from up here and make your own rails, which I do. I have looked into that, and I know the deal about that, and it is quite cool. I don't think I'm going to get that extravagant on this machine because, well, after all, I don't know if it's, I'll make any money on this deal, or if someone wants to buy it or whatever, but I don't want to put too much into it and just have a bunch of money sitting in the corner that, is no good for me. So I think we're just gonna build this for the fun of me right now. And I know there's some guys out there that would like to know how to do this kind of thing, and I will help walk you through that as much as I know about it. But as far as building a full-blown certified race tractor, I don't know how I'm going to fall into the guidelines, but I'm just going to build it the way I want to build it to, like I say, go out and have fun with it. Because I would go full-blown certification and build it to spec, but here's the thing. In New York, I don't think there's any tracks around here, and then I would have to travel. Okay, we're talking Ohio. I think there's Massachusetts. There's tracks around, but you got to go to different states to get to them. And am I going to have time to do that? Probably not. Would I like to? Yeah, it'd be awesome. So we're just going to build this thing to go bomb around, have a good time, go real fast, and let people drive it and have fun. So that's where we're at right now. So I'm just going to build it to my spec, what I think I should be doing. I could put an underdrive pulley on it instead of doing the axle. That is a thing. I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to go the full axle with the disc brakes and the whole 9 yards. So I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. But let's just keep taking it apart and get somewhere, I guess. I've been talking about it for long enough. I should probably, start doing something about it. Gotta love the power tools though. It makes everything so much easier. All these wires, like the ground's important for the battery obviously, but a lot of these safety switches and stuff, we're not. Get out of here. There's no safety in this bad boy. Alright? If this was any kind, I was putting any kind of safety in this machine, I would not be doing this. Alright? So down here on our drive pulley, on our factory transaxle, we have a big pulley with what looks to be some snap clips that hold it together. And I think I can pop this pulley right off. I have a snap ring right there, and then I can pull this pulley off. Once I pull the pulley off, I can get a smaller diameter pulley and step up the speed that way. But it's not just something you just go and do, because you want your power to match your top speed. You want to have torque, but yet you want to be able to have a little top speed. So that's something else I've been looking into, and everybody's got a different answer about it. So that's what that's about. So we got the seat off. I think I want to set these fenders back on here and just take a look at this real quick. Get this bracket off. I want to see where these things are going to sit. I could cut the fenders to match my seat, or I could just notch the fenders in the middle and just lower the fenders. Is that what I want to do, or do I want to cut this out and recess it? Because if I cut this center out, I can put that seat back on it instead of making a real seat. And that'll put us real low here on the tires. We'll be looking like a low rider. Well, that's hard to say, really. Probably the best way to do it would be to just lower it like that. Boy, but I like that seat dish that they have. But it's a lot of cut and welding, which isn't a problem. I cut and weld, but is a wood shop the place you want to cut and weld? See, there's a lot of things going around that I got to figure out before I can just go all willy-nilly and do it. Check my phone. I heard someone respond. Okay. All right. Ice cold soda beverage in a red can. Not a sponsor. So, you want to do some geometry? Let's do some geometry. Just so you know, I'm really bad at geometry. Where's my Sharpie? And where is I got my tape measure. And then you can look at Mr. Sharpie. When it comes to geometry and drawing stuff out and then like saying, okay, this is what you need to do, I'm not about that. I'm about physically doing it, looking at it, making it work that way. So basically, let's say these fenders sat up here like that. We have, let's just say 3 inches. So we have 3 inches, these fenders are lowering back here. So then, if I take my cut right here, this is what I need to notch out to drop these fenders lower. So if I drop this 3 inches, it should sit on their level. So you know what I should do? I should just say the hell with it. And I should mark out 3 inches. There's my 3 inches. Let me draw some nice lines there. I'm gonna cut that out. And I think when I cut it out, yeah, I don't know. See, I told you I had a plan, and sometimes I fly by night. I'm kind of doing both right now. I'm going against what I wanted to do. But you know what? It is what it is. We ain't got time to sit around and watch a 14-hour video on nothing. I'm going to cut it a little inside. You can do some trimming if I need to, make it look nice. So these are my 3-inch marks right here. And there's 3 inch there. There's 3 inch there. Now we're going to find our little straight edge. Do I have a straight edge? No, I don't have a straight edge, but I got about 80,000 pieces of wood laying around here. I don't know who let this wood guy take over Jim Bob's shop, but it ain't cool. We're going to draw this just like that. Alright, that's going to be my notch right there. I'm notching that out. And then hopefully this is going to sit where it needs to. It's going to drop these, but that'll be cool. I think that'll look cool hanging below the tire and below the foot kicks, they call it. Running boards, foot kicks, same 9 yards. Same 10,000 yards. I might want to lower these too. I don't know yet. I might want to change these all up. But like I said, I'm just going to start at the back. I'm going to work my way forward. So I'm going to get my cutoff wheel, and I'm going to cut this off. And make some sparks and try not to set the house on fire. You kind of got to clean up all the sawdust, you know, before you start chopping stuff. It's not cool. Machine doesn't have any gas in it. I don't think, does it? Nah, there ain't no gas in it. Ain't no gas in it. So, alright. I got my cutoff wheel. I need to cut this fender out. Should I do it here or should I do it somewhere else? You know, I really should probably take this outside and do it. I know, I'm sorry. You guys don't like Jim Bob being all responsible and stuff. You're like, why are you being responsible now? You're an idiot. That's why we watch you, because you do stupid stuff all the time. But I really don't want to throw sparks into my wood and the styrofoam and the cardboard. I think my landlord would be mad if I burned his house down. So I'm going to take this outside and I'm going to cut it, and then I'll be right back. How's that? Alright, I know you all wanted me to see me cut this inside with all the sawdust and burn my house down. Which, by the way, guys, that ain't cool, alright? So, I was going to take it outside. There's neighbors outside trying to have holiday things going on, so apparently there's 17 days of Christmas over there. So I did it in here, but I did it down on the floor, and I watched which way the sparks are going. Because I plan on being down here for a couple hours, and I was doing some spark management, so I know where they're going, and I don't know how to pay attention. If nothing flares up in an hour, I should be good, you know what I'm saying? But I think we're set. And plus, I got my garden hose out, and I made sure my outside spigot works and all that. So in case there is an issue, I'll have some water. And if that falls through, then just in the other room, I got me a nice slop sink and a 5-gallon bucket. So what could possibly go wrong? All right, you always got to think ahead. Don't just go throwing sparks all over the place, because I've seen a couple situations where I was in a volunteer fire company at one point, and our chief's workshop caught on fire and burnt right down. And we were trying to figure out. We were like, well, what's going on? What happened? What happened to your outshed? He says, I don't know, I was sharpening lawnmower blades like 2 hours ago. Well, that's all it takes. One little spark to sit there and smolder on the right thing, and bam, whammo, you're gone. So, all right, guys, I took my 3 inches off here, and let's see how she fits. Oh, like a glove. Look at that. Look at that. Tucked all down nicely. I don't know if you can see it because, you know, like I said about that cameraman, I ain't got one. So yeah, she's tucked in nice tight cut. And if we go down here now to our floorboards, we can see that our fenders are hanging lower than our footboards. So, I mean, it kind of looks cool, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is lowering these down to be equal with this right here. So yeah, that's where we're at now. So now we got to check the clearance of our tires, because once I air them up real good, I don't know what I'm going to have for clearance. But right now I got about 1.5 inches, and we ain't got no suspension, so I ain't worried about it. If anything, I got to flare these out a little bit, but I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be a problem. So that's that. So now we got this, the fenders dropped down. You know, I really wanted to dish that seat out because I seen a picture of one that a guy did on the internets, and yeah, George Bush internets. I seen a picture of one. It looked really cool. But if this ain't gonna be legit, I'm not wasting my time on that. If this is gonna turn out to be something cool, I can always come back and do it again. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go all balls out the first time and decide, well, you shouldn't have done it that way. You should have did it a different way, because you can always go back and change it. So that's going to put our seat down right about there. And it's going to be flat too. I mean, I got this bracket I need to take off there. We're not going to have any springs on it. She's going to sit right down tight. That lowers her down pretty good. Actually, you know, it looks kind of cool, really. I got more room on this side than I got on that side, and I don't know why. Yeah, I probably got to level these up. I'm probably sitting on something or something. There. That's a little better, I think. We got to line some stuff up, guys. It's not that easy. Nothing's that easy. You can't just do it, set it, and forget it. That's not real. Yeah, we're hitting on something. I think this lip right here, I'm hitting on. Maybe I want to level. Maybe I do want to put a couple spacers in there, like a couple plates between the. Actually, what I should do is find some rubber to put between the fender and the frame underneath, so we're not vibrating and making all kinds of rattling noises. So yeah, I have to come up with something for that. Yeah, I think I might want to lower the footboards, but I'm not sure yet. I probably want to do a little sitting on it. Should I sit on it right now and see what it feels like? Just the way it is? I don't know. I mean, it's easy enough. We got this nice little lift right here. I guess I could put my foot pedal on. Probably pump her up. As long as she don't roll off the table, we should be good. Pump her up. Now pull my lock out. And we can let her down. Down she goes. There we go. I mean, that looks pretty low. Let's just see if we can slap the seat on here just to sit there. See what she feels like. Watch me flip off the lift. That'll be good. I'll be getting some likes on this video. Oh yeah, that's nice and low. That's good. But I gotta get this steering wheel to lay back. I don't want it like this. I need to shorten it up, and it needs to be laid back. That's all something I need to come up with on my own. I think we got the height. I think that's the height I like right there. Especially if I go with some smaller wheels and tires, which I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. It's definitely low enough. I got an electric motor to put on here. I really need to do that, but if I was in a shop with more room and stuff, I'd hook it up, but what's the sense? This table's been sitting for about, I don't know, what, 6 weeks or something like that, maybe longer. And it's settled a little bit, but it hasn't settled a lot. Settled a little, but didn't settle a lot. That's pretty impressive. This hydraulic stuff likes to settle. I should really probably try and figure out how to tie this thing down on here so she doesn't go for a ride. Yeah, I kind of like it. I like that right there. I think before I go and do any shimming or my whatever I want to do on this, I think I'm going to move up to here. I think I'm going to pull this motor out, which is literally just lifting it up and setting it down on the table. And I think I'm going to go after the steering. I'm going to see if I can make this steering lay back without having to make a whole linkage assembly. But I might have to do that anyway, because I do want to drop the front axle. She's not really sitting low enough to the ground that I like, but we'll see what happens. So yeah. Roll this thing back a little bit. I'll tell you, this lift table's pretty handy. I want to tell you, it's on wheels, you can move it around. Apparently I lost connection. What else is new? Alright, I think that's enough for episode 1. We got the fenders off. I got them cut down. We got them laid down. We got our figured out where our seat's going to go. Next, we're going to move on to the steering and see if we can get driver comfort situated there. And then from there, we'll go on and we'll move forward and we'll get after this front axle. And I mean, I like where the seat is. I don't know if I like where the axle is. I think it's too high still. I'm way off the ground. I want to be on the ground. So I don't know. We'll figure it out, guys. We'll be back with another episode with some more figuring it out. All right. So we'll see you.